Hey guys, I thought I would take some time to sit down and film a Q&A for you guys today because one of my goals this year has been to do them more regularly. You guys seem to really enjoy them and I love these sorts of chit chat videos. So I'm trying to do them once a season, so once a quarter basically. And did the last one in August. By my calculations, it's been about 3 months and we're due for another one. So I reached out on my Facebook page and asked if you guys had any questions. I am going to go through them and answer as many as I can today, and I will try to answer questions that I have not answered, at least in the most recent Q&As that I can remember, but I do apologize if I repeat anything. I just don't remember exactly everything that I've talked about over the years. I've done so many of these, but also some of you are new and you know, might want to know some things. I don't know. I guess. Anyway, I grabbed myself a cup of tea. This is the Mighty Leaf Ginger Lemon Twist, one of my favorites. And I put some honey in it. It helps me when I'm pregnant, if you didn't know. And I still can't know, I don't know exactly when the third trimester starts, but I'm very close if I'm not there already. But I've been having some like chest issues, and this just helps me kind of breathe easier when I'm having those sorts of days where it's a little bit harder to breathe. So again, I apologize if I'm a little breathy too. Okay, let's do this. So Bonnie asks, what was the motivation behind your kitchen remodel? As many of you know, I've been talking about this for months. We gave our kitchen a major facelift over the summer and into the fall. It's been a long process, mainly because it took me a really long time to pick out the tile for the backsplash and the hardware. I was very, very picky about that, and then kind of scheduling installation took a long time. It's finally done, and I will be sharing. I got so many questions about doing a tour. Yes, absolutely. We'll be doing a kitchen tour as soon as my holiday gift guide is I've completed, you know, sharing that with you guys. That was a priority for me to get that up earlier this month for you. So that's coming next. My holiday gift guides are coming next, and then I will be sharing the kitchen. So rest assured, it's not going to be like a huge secret. You can see peeks of it probably in my like Instagram stories and stuff. But anyway, the motivation behind it is it's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I love our house. I love it. We've lived here for over 10 years now. And it just, this year, it's just felt like it's time for some changes. I don't know if it's the 10-year mark or what, but you know, we refinished our hardwood floors darker. We repainted the entire first floor a much lighter color, and we redid the kitchen, we redid the mudroom, we installed a second floor laundry room in our master closet upstairs, which is huge, which has been such a godsend. The kitchen has always been on my list of things to do. As much as I love the layout of the kitchen and the style of the cabinets, you know, it's kind of a more traditional style kitchen, and I love it. I've never been a huge fan of the kind of how dark it was with the almost yellowy beigey cabinets and the really dark, almost brownish granite that we had before. Beautiful things, and I love the layout. I didn't want to change any of the like structure of the kitchen, but I always kind of dreamed of a lighter, brighter kitchen, and that's why I wanted to go with a white kitchen, because I knew it would really brighten up the space. We totally brightened up the whole first floor. It's really coming together beautifully. It's not going to be finished probably until early next year, because we are finishing up, we are converting what was the dining room / living room kind of open space area into just like a big living room kind of space, and just the furniture is going to take a while to come. And we're redoing the powder room too. We're wallpapering it and making it a little bit fancy just for fun, because if you're going to do that in any room, I feel like the powder room is the place to do it. But lots of things are coming, so I will be sharing all of these. You will see all of this eventually. But the kitchen was high on my priority list. Because like a lot of people, I spend most of my time in the kitchen. I'm in there cooking, cleaning. It's, you know, we have an open kind of floor plan in the first floor, so it's adjacent to our family room, and that's where we spend most of our time as a family, and Charlotte has a lot of her toys in there, and we just spend a lot of time in there, and I just wanted something lighter and brighter, and felt like the right time. I don't know, 10 years felt like the right time to do it, and lived here for 10 years. So that was the basic motivation. Like I said, we didn't change like the actual structure of the kitchen. We actually kept the same cabinetry and appliances. Like I've been replacing the appliances over the past 5 years just because they have needed replacing, but I didn't like get nutty about them all matching or anything. Like I just don't, whatever. They're all stainless steel. That's all that matters to me. I don't need them to be exactly the same model with the same like handlebars and things or anything like that. I think it looks really nice, but I didn't care so much about those things, but it looks beautiful. It turned out beautifully, better than I imagined, and I can't wait to share it with you, and I will be in just a couple of weeks. Stacy asks, have you thought about starting the Elf on a Shelf tradition with Charlotte? I thought it was so silly, but caved, and my children love it and look forward to our elf every year. So I actually bought the Elf on the Shelf last year. It's still in its box. I haven't opened it. I don't really know for 100% like what the actual principle is. From what I understand, it's sort of a motivation, kind of like the elf is watching and reports on you as the kid to Santa, I guess, to see if you're being good or not. And I think it's a tool that a lot of parents use to encourage good behavior in December. I don't think I would particularly use it in that way. I think it's a fun kind of hide and seek game. I did buy it. I don't think we're gonna do it this year, but maybe next year I will start making that a daily tradition in the month of December, where the elf is somewhere different on the first floor every day during the month of December leading up to Christmas, and it's kind of, like a fun thing to find him. I don't know. I just think it's more, to me, it'd be more of a game than more of like a disciplinary tool. I don't know. I don't even know if that's what it's meant for. I haven't opened the box, so I can't tell you. But I think you could do that with anything. It doesn't have to be like that elf. You could hide a special bear, or I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I think it is something I would do and use in the kind of like a fun game kind of way. Let's see. Stephanie asked what my cleaning schedule and laundry schedule is like with a toddler. It's basically just more things that I have to keep on top of, but I generally do follow a schedule. It works for me. Currently, I do laundry 4 days a week, and I break that up kind of by category. So I do like Dawn and my clothes one day, all of our bed linens and like bathroom linens another day. Another day is just for Cece's clothes, and then one other day I do like kitchen linens and rags. And then as far as cleaning goes, I just keep on top of the main traffic areas of my house. So my kitchen, I'm cleaning multiple times a day. I do like kind of a bigger sweep at the end of the day after dinner. I will go in and really polish it up and make it look nice for the day. But after every meal prep, like, breakfast, lunch, I am wiping down the counters. I vacuum when needed. I probably vacuum once a day, just around the kitchen and the family room, just to keep that tidy. I wipe down our table after we eat every time. I wipe down the bathroom counters, and I keep on top of the toilets. I think just keeping on top of those things on a daily basis keeps the house tidy. And I do have a cleaning lady we've had for 10 years since we've lived here, who comes once a week for a couple of hours and does a deep clean of the house. But because I am a bit of a neat freak, I guess you could say, and I do keep on top of keeping it, tidy on a daily basis, we have it's a fairly big house, and it only, she's here for one morning once a week, and just one person, and she's able to easily, do the whole house in one fell swoop in just a few hours. And I think keeping on top of the daily tidying and the cleaning up helps with that. And I'm constantly picking up. And we're now in the stage where, I'm teaching Charlotte how to pick up after herself. We have a little cleanup song we do, and she's getting really into it. And getting my husband to clean up after himself is a constant battle, but I'm continually working on that. But I'm constantly just keeping things tidy, keeping things off the floor, trying to keep the counters clutter-free. That just really works for me, especially with a toddler and getting her involved. Toddlers love to help. They love to clean, actually, would you believe? They love to help with meal prep. They love to help with cleanup. They love to be involved in the things that you're doing. And there's ways to involve your toddler that makes it fun and interactive and a nice activity, actually, even. So that's what we're working on now. Kayla asks, what are you most looking forward to with having a son? I am really looking forward to this because, well, for many reasons. First of all, I am totally in love with our unborn child, and I can't wait to meet him. And I'm just, I don't even know I'm not sure there exists a word to describe how excited I am to have another child. Let's just say there's a lot of excitement there, and especially a son, just to have that different experience. I'm so grateful to be able to have both a daughter and a son to experience. Any child's going to be different regardless of the gender, but I think there's something distinctly different between having boys and girls, and I'm really just very excited. I can't pinpoint one thing. I'm just really looking forward to the experience. I'm really looking forward to getting to know who he is and seeing how our relationship unfolds and just growing with him. And if I talk about this much longer, I'm going to start crying. So I'm going to leave it at that. Malaya asks, what are your favorite holiday foods to eat? Desserts? I have the biggest sweet tooth, you guys. Let's see. Holiday foods. First thing that comes to mind is Thanksgiving. I don't actually really like turkey that much. It doesn't agree with me that well. But this really offends my mother, who's a gourmand. She's like, while growing up, I was so fortunate to have a mom who made really intricate gourmet meals for us every night. She loves to cook. I don't know why I don't love to cook, because she loves to cook, but we just were so spoiled by her food. And I think it kind of offends her, but my favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal is the jelly cranberry that comes in a can. I only have it on Thanksgiving. It's not something I ever have any other time of year, but I love it. It's my favorite. And it's the one thing nobody cooks. Is that sad? I hope so. Does anybody else really like that stuff? Please say you do. My mother-in-law actually makes this beautiful homemade cranberry orange compote that everybody adores, and I just want the jelly can stuff. Anyway. So that would be the first thing that comes to mind. Honestly, I don't really and I think about Christmas dinner. Dawn usually makes a roast, a smoked prime rib, and we'll make some garlic mashed potatoes. And to me, it's really not about, I can't pinpoint, aside from the jelly cranberry, one food that I really love, but it's the feeling of eating with family. I think it's the feeling of eating with family in a celebratory time like that. That's what I love most about holiday food. So it's not necessarily the food, it's more the sentiments. I don't know if that's a cop-out answer. I will tell you, one of my favorite things that's only available kind of the holiday season is the peppermint cheesecake that they offer at the Cheesecake Factory. It is so good. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I'm definitely having at least one slice this year. We don't actually eat at the Cheesecake Factory very often, but we will make a special trip so I can get that cheesecake because it is so good. I hope that was a satisfactory answer to that question. I feel like I kind of evaded it a bit, but that's my honest answer. Missy asks, will you still post with 2 children to care for? I sure hope so. I'm planning on it. you know, life is about balance, and of course I will have to make adjustments, as I did when Charlotte was born. I had to adjust how much I was posting and what I was sharing, and I did. And I settled into a new routine that I really liked. And I know that things will change again when baby boy arrives, and there might be there will definitely be a period where I am not posting much at all. I'm just warning you guys now. I'm hoping to keep up with posting after we settle in, after he is born. And it'll probably be a trial period where I have to figure out what will work. But I am still very passionate about sharing content with you guys, and I plan to continue to do so until that changes. If that changes. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I'm hoping to continue. Jamie asks, is a new nursery tour coming? Lots of people ask this. Yes, I am actually in the process of working on the nursery now. We're hoping to have it painted very soon, and I've already picked out the furniture and started ordering. I probably won't share until it's mostly, if not completely done, which will probably be after he's born. Just like with Charlotte, I don't think I shared a nursery tour until she was like 1 or 2 months old, or even older than that, I don't remember. But that's when I finally had like all the pieces together, because I am planning on having him sleep in the bassinet. We have one of those halo bassinets that you can like pull right up to your bed. I am planning on having him sleep with us for, a little while after he's born. So he won't be in his room for a little while. But I will definitely share a nursery tour with you guys. It probably won't be till, early next spring though, let's be honest. But I am pulling together this, I'm well into planning that, and I've already, picked all the big pieces out, and I am just waiting for things to come together. Shanae, I think that's how you pronounce your name, asked a couple of questions. What are your favorite rainy day activities with Cece? Well, we've had quite a few rainy days lately, usually I take her to a playground or a park every afternoon, just, to get outside, but it's been really rainy and chilly lately. So Charlotte lately, she's 22 months. Her favorite things to do are very, very basic things, like basically running around in circles, like carrying things. Like she loves when I give her things to carry and I tell her, to carry this to that table and then bring it back. And she loves her building blocks. We make towers and castles and all sorts of things. She loves playing games with like blankets where you like throw the blanket and she like runs after it, or you throw it to her and she catches it. Really simple things like that. She just likes being active and those sorts of things. And she's pretty good at self-entertaining. Like when I'm cooking and cleaning up and stuff, she'll play with her blocks. She's got her little Fisher Price like Little People Mickey and Minnie set that she likes to play with. She loves books. We read a lot. That's one thing that I was very conscious to instill from an early age, was the love of reading. So we read books together a lot. I always have like seasonal books out in a basket by her little couch in the family room. And she'll flip through those by herself, and then we'll read them together. So we're reading a lot. She likes pretending to cook with me in the kitchen. We're starting to get into her being a little bit more involved in meal prep and kind of being more active in that now that she's a little bit older. But yeah, it's hard to pinpoint like one thing. She's not really into like arts and crafts yet. She likes like when we go out to dinner, like I'll bring some stickers and some crayons and stuff for her, and that keeps her captivated for about 2 minutes, and then she wants to do something else. But I feel like the arts and craftsy period comes in a little bit older. I guess it depends on the child too. But yeah, she just likes exploring things and building things and kind of seeing how things work, I would say. Oh, and then Shanae also asked, what household project are you wanting to do but having a hard time finding the time for? My mudroom, you guys. We had our mudroom renovated in January, and I haven't yet completed organizing it. I know, it's just, like, it's not disorganized, like the same organization in the closet. We just added in, I'm going to do a whole tour once it's finally done. I just haven't really gotten my act together. There's just, you have to prioritize certain things. It's not like a super mess or anything. Like, we can find everything, it works out great, but I want to get it really nice and tidy and exactly the way I want it. So that's the one project that I'm like really needing to find time for. So that I need to work on for sure. Susan asks, with several trips completed lately, how has the new hard-sided luggage held up? If you don't know, I got rid of most of our luggage actually, and I replaced it with this 2 sets of this beautiful 3-piece Samsonite hard-sided luggage. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but I will try to write it in or link it below or something for you guys. It is great and I love it, and I can't say enough good things about it. So yeah, I definitely recommend that luggage. It has really, really worked well for us. We've traveled a ton this year with it, and it's as good as new, and I haven't had any issues with it, and it's so easy to pack. Winnie's at the door, just a minute. Here, Winnie came to say hello. He's like, oh, this is what we're doing? Here you go. You want to go relax? Okay. Anyway, it's beautiful. I love it. I can't recommend it enough. How are we doing on time? Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to just answer a couple more. I know so many people ask questions, but I don't want this video to be like ridiculously long. You're so cute. She's so cute. Okay, Pam asks, what are your subscription box subscriptions these days? Actually, a few people asked that. Pop Sugar Must Have. I was gonna discontinue it, and I just kept forgetting, and it got really good again, and I just enjoy it. I don't need like a big box of stuff every month. I'm trying to accumulate less, and I'm still like constantly purging things that I no longer, serve a purpose for me. But I really do enjoy that service. It's fun, and I've gotten so many great products out of it, and books even, and food, and it's just, I love that. So I get that. What else? HelloFresh, which is a weekly meal subscription service. So I get 3 meals worth of ingredients and recipes per week. So you cook everything from scratch, but you have all of the ingredients, exactly as many as you need, and recipes. It has revolutionized cooking for me. It has just made it so much more enjoyable, and I love it. It's something we've been doing for about 6 months now, and I love it. We're on the family plan. It works great for us. We always have leftovers. So we actually get 4 or 5 meals a week out of it because we're on the family plan. There's only 2 adults and 1 toddler. We're not eating enough for 4 people, which is what the box is for. But I love that. And then I also get the Gray's snack subscription, which is like a snack subscription. I already said that, where you get 8 snacks, and I have it set up to just get once a month. And I really like that too, because sometimes I forget to eat between lunch and dinner, and I really do need to have a little snack in the afternoon to keep me feeling good, if that makes sense. And that snack box is great. I also subscribe to 2 memory keeping specific subscriptions, and a few people asked about that, and a few people asked about Project Life. So I'll just talk about that really quickly. The 2 memory keeping subscriptions I subscribe to are the Studio Calico Documenter Kit, which is the kit I've been using exclusively this year in my Project Life album for cards and embellishments. And then the second one is the Ali Edwards Story Kit, which I really love Ali Edwards products, and I actually haven't figured out how to incorporate that kit into my memory keeping things that I do right now. I'm kind of like at capacity for how much memory keeping I can do with the time that I have to spend on it. But I'm thinking that will be what I use to embellish and use for cards in my Project Life album for next year. So I think I'll probably cancel the Studio Calico one and just have 1 memory keeping subscription per year that goes along with my Project Life album. Now, quickly about Project Life. Project Life is a memory keeping kind of way of memory keeping. It's pocket scrapbooking. So as opposed to traditional 12 by 12 layouts that are big pieces of paper that you kind of, that are a little bit, I think they're just a little bit more involved. Pocket scrapbooking has just been a bit more attainable for me. It's just, you slip things into pockets, 3 by 4, 4 by 6, 5 by 6, whatever pockets you decide to use. And I do Project Life, which is a year-long weekly spread album. I think you can do other variations of it. That's just what I think of when I think of Project Life. And I have been like very keen on catching up with that and staying really on top of it this year. So I started it last year, 2016. I did about 3 months and then I just kind of let it go to the wayside. And then this year, it was one of my goals to get back into it. And I've actually made great progress on it recently. And I'm all caught up with photos. And I'm actually making really good progress with filling in stories and embellishments and things. My goal is by the end of the year to be completely caught up with 2017 and then start working on 2016. Because I do keep a daily journal, a daily kind of, it's basically kind of scrapbooking, that I write in every day. So I have all of the information about what has happened every day over the past couple of years. I only write a few things every day. It's not like a huge journal that I spend like a lot of time on. I probably spend 5 minutes on it a day, if that. It's also where I write in what I'm grateful for every day. But that helps me when I'm going back to fill in the spaces. And I'm hoping to keep on top of 2018 as much as possible next year. But with a newborn, who knows? So that's a quick rundown of Project Life. I've gotten lots of questions. If I share more about that, I do plan to in the new year, time permitting. Depends on when baby boy decides to make his entrance, but it is in my plan. Okay, and then last question I'm going to talk about. Oh my gosh, this is long. Okay, Amanda, I've noticed that you've been reading Brené Brown. What are some of your takeaways from her books in regards to recovering from perfectionism and healing the internal shame that motivates those behaviors? Asking because you've talked about perfectionists before and so many women struggle with that. Amanda, this is a great question. I could talk a lot about this, but this video is already very long. I can't recommend Brené Brown books enough. I think they're great for men or women in a variety of life situations, work, personal, family, what have you. I think her work applies across the spectrum, and it really sheds a light on shame in our culture and how that affects people, and how it affects the dynamics in the culture and interpersonal dynamics and just like individual, like how you deal with yourself. I have mentioned before that I feel like I'm a recovering perfectionist. I think many of us are. I still struggle with the ideals of perfectionism and trying to do it all and be it all the time. But I am definitely making big headway on that. And Brené's work has really just helped illuminate me along that, kind of illuminate that path, I would say, for me as I'm already traveling it myself in the evolution of myself. I think as people, we evolve. Most of us do, at least, as we mature and grow older and have more wisdom and experience to pull from and some more perspective. People change in some ways and don't in others. But I think Brené's work has just really been very, it's been a light. It's been a light along that path for me. And it's why I keep returning to it. So I highly recommend checking her out. I'm sure she has a website. I will dig it. She definitely has a blog. I've seen that. So I'll dig it up. I will link her below if you guys want to see more about her and what she's all about. But delving into that would be a really, really, really long video. And maybe one day I'll talk about it. It's a very personal journey, as you could imagine. It's the journey of life, I think, discovering who you are and what you stand for and what you believe in, and just the stuff of life, I think, is finding yourself along that path. But yeah, can't recommend her stuff enough. Thank you guys for all your questions. I'm sorry. I feel like I only got through like 8 or 9 questions, but I talk a lot. I'm sorry. I'm glad Winnie came to visit. She became one with the chair. which seems about right. And yes, I will do another one of these in another few months, depending again on baby boy's arrival. Hopefully I will get to it sooner than later in winter 2018. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I hope you guys are all well. Holiday gift guide is coming up next. I can't wait to share with you. I've been working hard on it and it is ready for you. So I'll see you guys real soon with that. And in the meantime, be well and take good care. Bye, you guys.